standing up for yourself, making sure that you're doing what you got to do, make sure that people aren't abusing you, pushing you around, and making you do what it is that you want to do. My name is Mark Anthony DuBose Jr., and I was born July 4th of 1986. Today I want to talk about a specific word, and that word is accountability. And that word may be on one side of standing up and making sure that you're doing what you're doing, not being a pushover, not getting shoved around, not allowing people to be able to use and abuse you in a way that you don't agree with. But I really want to talk about the other side of it today that I feel like is even more important. So much more important that the only way that you're going to be a true, solid human being on this planet, male, female, and if you drive on these streets, I classify you as a woman or a man at that moment because you're officially able to go out there and drive on the roads that can do some extremely dangerous things. So I feel like in reality, I'm past this age, which I get it, but I see times are different that we need to change the driver's license age in reality, my opinion on that, to being the age of a woman and a man because you're able to do things that a woman and a man is able to do, and it's very, very dangerous. But accountability, in the sense of making sure that we are standing up for what it is that we've done, even if it's something bad that we've done. A lot of us, we know, we stick with it. Oh, I did that part at work. I did the job, I completed it. I was the one that finished it. I'm the one that came up with it. I'm the one that dialed it in. I'm the one that got everybody together. You're accountable for that. You're like, yeah, I did that. I got the meeting together and I got everybody there on time. I made it all happen. And something that with that is great. But when you're not accountable in the sense of when things go wrong, when something doesn't happen, when the meeting didn't happen, when things were, you try to get it all together, but no one showed up and the boss man standing there like, hey, mister, sir, where's the folks at? Where everybody at? How come nobody's here? And you're not getting everything that you need to get done. And then you sit there and stand and you look at the boss like, you know, it wasn't my fault. I couldn't do anything about it. It wasn't on me. It was them. They did it. But you would have been accountable when you said, I got them all there. Everything showed up. So we need to make sure that we're on both sides of that because today, I feel like I've been dancing around this word I've wanted to talk about it many days, but today is the straw that just the last thing just hit that I have to speak about this because accountability is very, very important to be able to realize and recognize who you are as a person inside. That I just go on for a drive, I go to my store, go to my normal places that I go to get my normal stuff that I have to get, and I come to find out there's a lot of people flashing their headlights at me as I'm coming along. I'm just like, hey, what's going on here? The police up ahead? We know you can do that when the police up ahead. But then I come to realize it ain't the police. Police don't ever, not never, but they never sit on this road. There's no reason to. There's nothing, this isn't a road for that. So I come to realize I see something in the road. And I see something in the road that I'm like, that kind of looks like a coyote. Like, oh, that sucks, but you know, coyote is coyote. I'm kind of just whatever about that. But I come to realize like, no, there's a tag on it, like a flat collar. It's got a collar. It's got a really pretty one. I can see it from a distance. It's reflective and everything. And I pull over to find out that there was a dog just passed away in the middle of the street. And you know what? Somebody hit him or her and just drove off. Zero accountability. That is just, I feel like in a way, a completely unacceptable. And accountability on the side of, yeah, you're accountable for having your animal be free and it's out there doing what it's doing, but you know, that happens. Me being a trainer, knowing what dogs are like, knowing what animals are like, it happens. They're gonna get free, they're gonna get loose. But I feel like it's up to us as the outside person that's out there doing what it is that we're doing, seeing what it is that we're seeing, that if we harm someone, if we harm something, if we know that it's from somebody, if we know that it's for somebody, why would you not like stand up, call the number on the tag and say, hey, sir, this happened, unfortunately, and I don't know how I can repay you, but I can't. But I just want to be the first one because I'm the first one that's seen it because I did it and say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what happened here. I'm sorry for when it went down. And I wish that I could have stopped faster, but I just couldn't. I wish I could have swerved, but I probably would have put my life in jeopardy. And unfortunately, you know, the animal's going to go over the human being's going to go. And that's kind of the way that we should live, hopefully. But I have to make sure that my life isn't safe at the same time. But you need to be more accountable with what it is that you do, even if it's something wrong. And I feel like we're getting away from this as a people. We're starting to be accountable for, yeah, I got the project done, I got it done, I raised them up, I got them to sit with me, I got them loose leash walking, I did all this, I did all the great stuff. But when something bad, something tragic happens to you, you just bounce it off on everybody else. You say, oh, it was dumb. Oh, it was dumb. Oh, it was those people over there. Oh, it's these people over there. Oh, they're the ones that were the cause of this. They're the ones that made this happen. They're the ones that did it. I couldn't possibly have done it. You know, they sabotaged me. They got in the middle of me, so that's why I wasn't able to perform and be able to get it done. As opposed to just standing up saying, you know what? I messed up. I didn't tell the people. I didn't send the email out. I didn't inform the people. I didn't hit the brakes. I hit the animal, unfortunately. And just call them and just deal with it and just have a good understanding of knowing that you're the one that caused this. So just take action right away instead of trying to put it on somebody else. Because I feel like you're never going to grow up on this planet until you just take responsibility. You take accountability for what it is that you do, good and especially bad. If you don't take accountability for the bad things that you do, I feel like that's kind of where I would say you're still a child and we act childlike. That we're trying to hide our mistakes. We're trying to hide things that are going on with us. We're trying to hide and put it to the side and put it to the back as if we didn't do it. I'm telling you, you got to stand up and just say it and just do it and just be about it. If you messed up, say it. You messed up. It is what it is. What's going to happen to you? What's the worst that's going to happen? Because I'm going to tell you, the worst that's going to happen is if you lie, you manipulate, and you don't tell the truth, you may get, if you're in a work scenario, you may get fired for that as opposed to just saying, hey, I didn't get it done. I didn't make it happen. You know, I just didn't have the time in reality. I thought I was going to get there, but I didn't get there. The people are going to look at you, management is going to look at you in a completely different way as opposed to you just hiding it, putting it under here, putting it under there, and just moving all around with it. And then they're going to have to look at you real stiff and just say, hey, you know what? I don't know if I want this person around anymore. And then when layoffs start to happen, when times of drought start to happen and they got to let some people go and they got to move, you're the first one gone because they didn't know how to deal with you at first, but now they got a reason to be able to get you out and get you to move on because you don't have accountability for what it is that you do. We need to stand up and just say, I messed up. I messed up. I messed up. I didn't do it right. I wasn't there. I didn't perform. I didn't get it done. And just make that happen and just say it and just be firm about it. And don't try to be, oh, I don't know, no, just I did it. And I did this. And I don't know how it happened this way, but I'm going to do better next time to make sure that it doesn't happen. That says a huge statement to the world. It's not even just to the people that you're lying to, that you're hiding from, that you're doing from. It's the world. It's yourself. It's everything about you. It's the communication between you and the creator of this world to be able to make sure that you can upgrade and have more accountability on the side that you wanted as opposed to being accountable for the things that you didn't do. You're never going to be, and that's the time that I can use a never there. You're never going to be able to grow up to be able to do great things on this planet if you don't be accountable for everything that you do. All the good and also the bad. The bad stuff happens, but the only way that we're going to be able to get past and be able to move on and get away from the bad stuff is if you actually just say something about it and then once you say it and it's out there and it's open, then you're able to do something about it. And once you're able to do something about it, that's when I feel like the real magic of this planet starts to happen, when you really start to be able to experience some really great things. When you just say, you know what, I messed up. I messed up. I wasn't there. I didn't do it. I didn't get it done. I'm telling you, it's such a relief to just get it out and just get it gone. Just push it away. Because when you're always trying to come up with like scenarios of trying to lie about it, like, oh, this happened, that happened, this happened. And then you're thinking about that all day long, and then you're trying to come to your workplace, come to your people, come to your family with all these little lies that you've been thinking up, and then you got to remember that which lie that you've been thinking up. And then it's just such chaos. It's absolute chaos to live in that. It is not a blessing. It is not nice. It is not well. It is nowhere near as comforting as just saying straight up what it is and what just happened. Just be straight up about it. Just say, hey, you know what? I did this. I caused this, and it just is what it is. Now, what are we going to do? Now we're going to do something completely different because now we just got the truth and it's all out there. We don't have to try to dance around figuring out what is and what isn't. Because when you're lying, when you're really lying, when you're just really trying to bend the truth, when you put a little bit of that truth in there to make it seem like you're telling the truth, but you tell all the lie, like people around know it. But most all people, we just like whatever, you know, that just do whatever, man. I don't care. That was over there and I'm just going to keep moving and living in my life. But in some stuff, in certain circumstances, we can't do that. We can't just accept people to just lie and then just move on like that didn't happen, because our reputation then starts to line up with it. Our reputation starts to come to the fact of now, because that person's lying, now I've got to figure out how to keep up with me and put my truth out there so everything looks good. And that, to me, I feel like ran into me an unfortunate circumstance when I'm the one that has to call this person and say, hey, man, your dog's passed away. Like you know, he's probably thinking and assuming and thinking that I was the one that did it. Where I'm just saying to him, oh, no, I found it like this, but I found it like that. But I don't know, just in this scenario, I feel like he definitely knew that I didn't do it. And if I did do it, I would just straight up say I did. Hey, man, your dog was in the road. I hit your dog. I mean, I've unfortunately hit one of my dogs. We were going like 20 miles an hour, and Oriole's been ran over by my truck in the middle of the field. And I just said, hey, it happened. Like, I'm sorry. It's all right. But from a Johnny, man, he got healed up. He got fixed up. He's good to go now. And Oriole, he never got hurt. This dog don't get hurt. He a beast, man. But it's just a very unfortunate circumstance for the second or the third or the fourth person to have to come in to try to say what happened to the first person that was there. because I don't know what happened. I don't know the whole scenario. I don't know everything that went down. All I know is what I seen later on when I showed up to get a good glimpse of what I could assume happened. I don't know. Maybe a car hit him. Maybe it didn't. Maybe he was running out and didn't, or not. I don't know what was going on. Maybe he was just sitting in the road and we didn't know. Nobody knows. Maybe he was already hurt, ran into the road and just died there. Maybe a coyote already chewed on him, just got there and laid down. I don't know. I don't know the whole scenario. And since I don't know the whole scenario, and the person that didn't hold themselves to being accountable to explain the whole scenario, nobody knows today. Nobody knows. And we run into that, I feel like, with a lot of stuff in our lives, that we just have this constant need to just like try to, I'm not going to say the whole thing because I don't want to make myself look bad. I'm telling you, you're not going to make yourself look bad only just to your own self. Your own self is going to feel it. Your own self is going to have to live with it. Your own self is going to have to die with it. And for that, it may sound messed up, but simply hitting a dog and killing a dog is not the end of the world. As opposed to, say, hitting the person and killing a person, that's something that I know is going to sit with you for a much longer time, because that's more serious. But a lot of people do that on a day-to-day basis. They get in car accidents, hit people, and just run off and just take off. People ruthlessly do things out there on the road that just cause other people mayhem and cause other people harm, and they just cruise on and keep on going on. People do other stuff in other very dangerous situations that we just keep on moving like nothing's happening. But I'm telling you, you're not getting away with one. You're not helping yourself. You're not gaining any integrity with yourself. All you're doing is damaging and ruthlessly having haunting ghosts type, demons type things that are going to be constantly surrounding you for the remainder of your life, because you were never able to settle the issue. You were never able to look at that person and just say, you know what, I was the one that did it. And unfortunately, since I was the one that did it, I want to figure out how I can be able to help you out with this, to be able to get you through this, because I was the one that caused this. You're never able to do that. So you're going to have to live with it forever. And it's going to pop up. It's going to pop up. Maybe today you forget about it, and then the next day you forget about it, next week. But in 10 years, something's going to happen. That it's just going to come full swing into you. It's going to take over all of you, and it's going to make you not be able to stop thinking about it over and over and over. And you're just going to stay in it, and you're going to not feel like I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I just am stuck in this, and you're never going to be able to let it go. You're never going to be able to release it, because you decided to just run away from it, because you didn't keep yourself accountable with being a proper, strong man and woman on this planet. And that's something that I feel like more of us really need to take a good hard look at ourselves to stop and start doing, is stop trying to lie about things that you're doing, and stop trying to just take accountability for the good things you do, but you also need to take accountability for the bad things that you do, because you're never going to be able to upgrade your life to be able to have more of the good things if you don't just start to understand that the bad stuff comes with it, that the bad stuff is here to be able to know what the good stuff is. And the more that you look, and the more that you just put out there at the bad stuff and just say, I did this and I'm accountable for that, the more the better things are going to be able to come to you, and the more that people are going to be able to trust you and be able to rely on you to be able to know that things are going to be able to be good and successful with what it is that you're going to continually keep on doing in the future. And with that, I just want to say thank you for today, for a very interesting day of now the ice is gone. Now it's raining at this point officially, and it's no longer so cold anymore. It's still pretty chilly. It's this rain stuff that gets my hands frozen outside. So I'm so thankful to be able to have my gloves. But I'm thankful for everything it's still working. I didn't lose my power this time. I didn't have much of a hiccup, and I'm absolutely thankful for not losing my power, because I've got my incubator running, and that thing needs to stay on power. And I've got baby chicks that are hatching right now in there, and I needed that to keep on going. And I'm just very, very thankful for that. And I'm very thankful for everything that's happened out here, to be able to see where my mistakes are, see where my flaws are, see what it is that I still need to continue to keep working on to start getting better at. That I thought I was good to go with certain things out here, that I realized I got some that I really need to start to focus in on and start to pay a little bit more attention to. And me, just my own self, be more accountable to just my own self, that I don't need to explain it to the whole world of this and this, and I messed up with this and I messed up with that, but just even myself saying, Mark, you weren't prepared for that, man. You totally messed that up. You totally were off the game with that, and you need to start doing a little bit more. You need to get up and do a little bit more, because what you're doing is cool, but we need to do a little bit more. And I want to be more accountable to what it is that I do with this my own self. And I feel like more of us really should start doing that, instead of thinking that you need someone on your shoulders, someone around the corner, always checking your work and always seeing what you're doing, always making sure you got things going on. But no, you just be accountable to yourself, knowing that I said I was going to do it, so I got to do it. That I don't need to tell 1,000 people, or sometimes it is good to tell 1,000 people, or even just to one, to just try to make sure that you do get it done. But you shouldn't have to need to do that. You should just have to be able to say it to yourself and just stand up and say, I'm a man, I get it done. I'm a woman, I get it done. Because I said I was going to do it, I'm going to do it. And it just is what it is, that we have to live a life like that. And if I didn't get it done, and if I didn't do it, and if it isn't done the way that I need it to be, and I found my failures, and I found that something happened, and I found that problems start to happen, then I need to realize that it was me. It wasn't no outside sources. It wasn't no devil. It wasn't no Lucifer. It wasn't no evil voodoo stuff. No, it was me not keeping up with doing what it is that I needed to do, because I knew that there was a problem there. I knew that there was an issue, and I just neglected it, and I didn't do it, and I didn't do it, and I didn't get it done. So I need to realize that it's just me. Nothing else on this planet could have caused it and done it, but except for just me, because I didn't keep up with it. Now, when some random stuff happens, I question that sometimes. When I just have a random thing, like my whole coop just broke down and just flew away out of the wind, I'd be like, whoa, what's going on out here? But if it's something that's leaking, if it's something on my vehicle that's bumping and making a weird noise, that I knew about it month after month after month, and then all of a sudden it just breaks and the wheel falls off and it's rolling down the road, it was my fault. There was no outside forces. I was the problem with that, because I wasn't being accountable with making sure that I was keeping up with doing what it is that I needed to do. If anything out here is like that I think that a lot of us really need to take a good hard look at ourselves. That if we're constantly lying on ourselves, we're constantly trying to shift blame on the other people except for ourselves, you're going to struggle more and more on this planet. And I just want to say thank you for being able to be in a position today of being able to stand up and be firm and be strong and be knowing who I am and what I am. That I don't need to try to hide my flaws. I don't need to try to hide my problems, my insecurities even. I don't need to hide it. I could just put it all out there. I could just say it all out there. I could just yell it to the world and just say, you know what, this is who I am. This is what I'm about. I'm not perfect. I'm never going to be perfect. And I'm so thankful that I don't have to be perfect. And I'm so thankful that I don't need to have the expectation of knowing that I got to do everything right just for you. I got to do everything right that I need to do. And trust me, you can't put no more expectations on me than I can on my own self. And I feel like more and more of us really should start to live by that. Not feeling like I need someone else to be able to get stuff done. I need someone else to be able to do this. No, you need yourself. You got yourself. And what more do you need than that to be able to do what it is you need to do on this planet? And I'm just so thankful to be able to be a man standing out here in the rain, doing what I'm doing, realizing a lot of the faults and the flaws that I had in myself, and being able to just stand up to it and say, I messed up. I sure did. I sure did mess up. And I've messed up a lot in my life. And I'm not going to say that I never have. Thanks.